Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, Kim. I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you for agreeing to do it with me. So how has your 2020 been?
It's been very up and down. I can't say it's been very exciting. Yeah, not much to say about 2020, really.
Yeah, it has been tough, and we're all looking forward to 2021, really, aren't we?
Yes.
What have you learned from 2020, though, like in reflection?
Well, I've gotten to know myself pretty well. By so much time with me.
Is that good or bad thing?
And it's generally been a good thing. Yeah. So I'm getting a bit more consistent, getting a bit more of a routine down, stuff to help with my productivity, the dreaded word.
And with your routine, what works for you in
I'm an early riser. I get up with my pet chickens.
Oh, yes. Have you got three pet
yeah,
chickens?
3 pet chickens.
What are their names?
Amelia Earhart, Gail
Oh, right.
Porter, and Hillary.
Amazing. So what time do they wake up? Is it ridiculous o'clock?
Sunrise on the dot.
So is that 5?
So in winter at the moment it's 7:37.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Which is fine. But in summer it's painful. Yeah, it's like 5, half 5.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So you wake up, so that's your alarm, your chickens.
Yeah.
And then what do you do next in your day?
I need to plan. I need to have a plan. Otherwise, I could just be floating around for the day.
Do you plan the night before or plan on the day when you wake up?
I should plan the night before. I think that would work better. But generally in the morning, I'm like, right, what am I going to work on today? And I've been trying really hard to narrow it down and just focus on 1 or 2 things. Or if it's an application for funding or something, right, I'm just going to do that.
And this year you've been picked up by the BBC with your writing. Please tell us more about that.
Yeah, well, at the end of 2019, I moved to Cardiff and
from Liverpool.
Yes, from Liverpool.
Yeah.
I saw this opportunity online on BBC Wales to write and create your own comedy sketches, and I'd had some ideas already, and I was trying to figure out how am I going to do this. And I saw this opportunity. I was like, okay, brilliant. I'm going to have to get over my camera shyness, but I'll do it. I applied just to see what would happen, and they really liked this video that I sent in, and they said, can you come and meet us tomorrow and tell us your ideas? So I was like, oh crap, and it went really well. They were a really nice team, the BBC Sesh team, and that's the BBC Wales online comedy platform is BBC Sesh. And yes, I had to learn how to write for online, which is different than TV. And just get started. And once your script is approved, you've got a week to make the sketch and send off the footage.
So did they give you an idea of what to work with, or do you have the freedom to choose your own line?
They give you, it's a kind of brief because there's an age range, and so it's got to be appropriate for them. And they say, we're aiming more at the younger side of that age range, and so you do have to think about their audience. But I wasn't going to make it, if I didn't like the idea, I wasn't going to make it. So.
Yeah. Sorry, just to note, I've got my dog snoring next to me. You can't hear it, can you?
No.
Okay, good.
Can't hear.
He's away. So in terms of the themes of what you have written about, is one particular one that caught my eye is dating during lockdown. Because that's a fantastic, thing for singles. Well, I don't know if it's been fantastic or not. I think there's been, good and bad, obviously, to come out of 2020.
Or non-existent.
You brought that on yourself, didn't you?
I think that was their idea. That was the BBC's idea. They said, I think you'd be good for this. would you want to make this one? And I wasn't sure. I thought, oh no, it might be really cringy, or I feel a bit old or something. You know, I don't know, it just didn't feel
You're
right.
not
But then
old.
I came up with some fun ideas of what I could do. And I
Yeah.
thought, no, I can make this fun. And it was actually really fun to make.
And
Yeah.
you're right, as an artist, you do find you doubt yourselves, don't you? Like, you try and talk yourself out of wonderful opportunities that are there sometimes, because sometimes they are quite scary. And sometimes I think you're like, oh my gosh, can I do this? So what do you like, what's your pep talk that you say to Sarah to be like, no, come on, be brave and have courage and just go for it?
Well, the main hurdle for me was the camera shyness. So I just thought, no one else cares what you look like more than you do.
Especially in 2020. I mean, I think everything on looks has become escalated, hasn't it? Because of social media, and I feel like people care too much about how they look rather than
in general,
how they
people
feel
do.
and what they do.
And if you want to be on camera, it's like, you've got to say, you just got to get over it.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares, you know.
You care more, obviously, don't you? But at the end of the day, it's what you put out there and give to everyone else.
And I wanted to make people laugh, you know, and bring some light entertainment to the world. So
And you've been finding your funny bone this year, haven't you?
Well, I think a dog ran off and buried a funny bone.
Oh right, before you started filming, or was this after, or even during?
No, this is like during lockdown, you know, and you're trying to, like, oh God, I've got to be funny today.
Oh gosh, pressure.
Make a sketch, and you're like, I really don't feel funny at all. So that can be quite hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But I do have like go to, you know, when you talk about how do you know, give yourself a kick up the arse kind of thing. I do have some like go to things.
Oh yeah, what's your advice? Like what would you give to
well,
our listeners?
There's a talk on YouTube, a TED talk on YouTube called Be an Artist Right Now by, I think it is Young Ha Kim, sorry, it's Korean.
I'll have to watch that.
Korean writer, and it's brilliant. I also love Mel Robbins on YouTube. She's, you know, it's based on science of the brain, and it's very straightforward, and she asks really good questions. And there's a great talk between Samantha Power and Amy Adams on art and diplomacy.
Oh wow!
Because one of the things I've struggled with this year mainly is not feeling very useful and questioning why I'm doing what I'm doing, just constantly.
I think we all have, Sarah.
Yeah.
Particularly in the arts and creative world.
Yeah. And, you know, because, you know, you're not working in medicine, you're not, you know, or the environment or engineering, you know, so, and I'm surrounded by people who are in those industries. So as an artist, you do feel a bit, oh God, what am I doing? You know, but
you question yourself.
Little reminders up on your wall, like, why did I start this project? Oh yeah, that's why, like, just to keep going. Like, I'm gonna go until I finish this, because I think people need to see it or hear it, or what, you know, whatever it is.
And people need that, don't they? They need that escapism and their own well-being and their own health. I think, you know, the amount of people that are stuck at home and they turn on Netflix, or they watch the TV, or they listen to the radio or podcasts. They need people like us. And I think we sometimes forget what our worth is, because obviously we felt
big time,
you know, not very useful, which is so true. Because, you know, I mean, full on respect to the superheroes that are the doctors and the nurses, and even, like, you know, people I think that we've taken for granted before, like the bin men. I mean, we need them, and we're so grateful to them more than ever. And people at our local shops, and, you know, the community. I think it's brought people closer together in a really good way now. And obviously, you know, us people in the arts that have the creative flair, and we want to obviously do this. Obviously right now it's really hard, but to find that in the most difficult times is actually really rewarding. So, I mean...
Yeah, and I consume loads of, you know, I listen and watch to so much. But when it came to myself creating it, I thought, oh, like nobody, you know, who do I think I am? Who's going to want to watch me or listen to what I've got to say? But, you know, it does have value.
Yeah, it does, 100%. And I've read your blogs and they're so good, and I so relate to them. Like everything that you write, because you have a mind quite similar to me, really, that goes off and like you have all these different thoughts come in.
Oh,
and you just write them down, and it feels like we're just having a conversation, like when I read them. So obviously check that out, guys. It's at wardygoeswest.com. What advice would you give to, you know, the younger people that would love to start writing but just don't know where to start? What would you say to them?
Oh, that don't know. Yeah, when you don't know where to start. Well, if you do know something that inspires you, go and listen to that or watch that, and that'll give you a kick, that'll give you a boost. But I think a lot of procrastination is stress relief, because you know you're worrying about it's not going to be good enough, or I don't know how to do this, or it's not going to lead to anything else. You never know what it's going to lead to. And the hardest thing is to start. So I would give yourself really small goals, like today or within the next hour I'm going to write one sentence. Or you can give yourself put a timer on for 20 minutes, say I'm just going to do this one thing for 20 minutes and have a 5-minute break, go up, stretch, dance, do whatever you need to do, sit back down, put the timer on again. You just got to find ways that work.
Yeah, and
there's loads of different things you can do. Yeah,
to get out of those doubts and, you know, the negative self-talk that we all have, everyone has, but I think the hardest thing is to obviously flip that and think, right, what am I going to do to be productive, or to get out of that feeling, to then rise up and just do something. You're so right, to find that that
change
courage.
Your environment.
Get out and go for a walk,
that's been really hard, obviously, during lockdown for people, creative people who are trying to, you know, most of us are extroverts. We get our energy from being around other people. So if you can afford to go to a cafe and buy a drink, go to a cafe and sit just be around people. And maybe don't put your headphones in, just, you know, listening to their conversations. And
where do your ideas come from, Sarah? So do you find that they come to you best at night, or just like out the blue in the day?
A lot of the time it is out the blue, sometimes during the night. And I always make the mistake of thinking, oh, that's such a good idea, I'm bound to remember that in the morning, and I don't write it down, and then I kick myself, obviously, because I'm like, I don't remember. So I'm trying to, if I do wake up with an idea, I do write it down now.
Good.
What was the question, Kim? Sorry.
Where do you find your ideas from?
Oh, my ideas. You can't wait for inspiration. I think a lot of people make that mistake. You've got to find it, no matter, you know, somewhere.
Yeah, you're so right.
My ideas come from all over the place. It could just be having this conversation with you now. It could, you know, bring something, and I'll write that down, that lead to something else. And I've got so many brainstorms on the go. Mind maps.
Yes, you do. And you can draw on your own like personal experience, and even, you're so right, in the day, things that people can connect to and relate to. I mean, to me, you're like a female version of Ricky Gervais.
Ooh.
You are, honestly, I feel that. And please tell us about, I know you got asked to open for the wonderful and very funny Joe Brand. How was that?
Oh God, that was so nerve-wracking. But so I did this writing course whilst I was working in Liverpool at the Philharmonic Hall, and it was a 10-week course, and at the end we got some of our work published in an anthology. called Kaleidoscope. And a few months later, Writing on the Wall called me and asked me to read one of my poems before Jo Brand comes on to talk about her book during their festival. And it was going to be in the Philharmonic Hall on that big stage.
No pressure.
And I was laughing. Yeah, no pressure. But I was laughing because, and Writing on the Wall were laughing as well, because they wanted me to read the poem called How to Fancy Someone When on a 0 Hours Contract. And I'd written that inspired by working at the Philharmonic Hall. And all of a sudden, I was going to be on the stage and all my colleagues were going to hear it. And I was like, oh, God. Like, it was
So if they didn't know, then they knew then. They found out.
I think they were just like, what's Sarah doing on the stage? Because I don't think I've told anyone.
Really? So the guy you wrote about, was he there?
No, he wasn't in the auditorium, thankfully.
Okay.
I don't think
he was in the
known.
building.
I don't think he would have known anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, but it went really well. But I was like, well, I hadn't been on stage in years. And, you know, during my dancing years, I had awful stage fright. It was one of the reasons I left. So I was horribly nervous, yeah. But my hands didn't shake on stage and it went really well.
What's his name, Sarah?
What was that?
What was his name? If you're watching or listening now.
Never, ever gonna say.
We'll find out. So in terms of your nerves, obviously, that's a big thing to master, isn't it? Throughout your career. And I think it's a good sign, Sarah, to actually feel a bit of nerves, because it shows you care. You know?
Yeah.
Gives you a bit of oomph, I think.
Yeah. I wish I'd gotten help with it when I was dancing. Because it was really bad then. But yeah, you get over these little hurdles or big hurdles, like being on stage, and it changes your perception of what you can do.
And you've changed so much, haven't you? Like in what so you used to dance, obviously that's how we met at Pineapple Dance Studios in 2015.
Yes, doing the Fossey workshop. It was so good.
That we loved, and we gravitated towards each other over lunch.
Yeah.
And we haven't got rid of each other since.
Well, I haven't got rid of you, no.
Oh, charming. Oh, I haven't got rid of you. You just keep coming back. But we definitely, I think, both find as we turn 30, oh my goodness moment, like what are we going to do next, right? So I think you had that a bit earlier than me in terms of dancing, and you felt those nerves, and obviously you're a bit camera shy. So how did you think, right, Sarah, I need to
I just thought, no one cares what you look like as much as you do, so get over it. And if you want to make videos and sketches and maybe be in a funny TV program or a funny film one day, then that's you need to get over that whole camera shyness, because the stage fright held me back when I was dancing, and I didn't want the camera shyness to hold me back.
Do you feel pressure to be funny, Sarah?
In like day-to-day life, or
and in work? If somebody says,
definitely. I mean, definitely. Obviously, when I'm making the sketches, I'm trying to be funny. And sometimes, like, a dog has run off with my funny bone. They buried it. And you don't feel funny at all, and then you've got to make a comedy sketch. It's like, oh God. But I think it's just in you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's important, and obviously everyone needs that light relief and fun factor brought back into their life, because who's had much fun this year? Very few, I think, in terms of how many people need it every day in their life. Like, it's important to laugh, isn't it? And important to share and create. And I think you're really brave. Like, hats off to you for stepping into the writing world and trying a new venture. 100%.
Yeah, the writing was a struggle, because obviously going from dancing to sitting at a desk and trying to write for hours on end. It was my body was just like, what are you doing?
And you've tried many different things as well, Sarah, haven't you? Like you've tried a horse riding course and all wonderful and weird things. Like you're always in different countries, obviously without a lockdown ban, but
I've always been I've been horse riding my whole life. But you got to do whatever you can to keep inspired and keep coming up with the ideas.
And to travel, that's a great gift, isn't it?
Oh, I can't wait. I want to live in a sauna right now.
You shrivel up like a prawn.
I hate the cold so much.
Yeah, I miss the sunshine for sure.
The only reason I joined a gym last year.
What, to get hot?
It had a sauna.
Oh, so when you go to the gym, that's you.
Yeah, it was
just let out, is it?
Great.
So what is next for you, Sarah? Like what are you looking forward to creating?
Well, I am in the process of a documentary. I'm preparing for a documentary.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm applying for funding and, all that stressful stuff right now. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. And there's only a few things regarding work and stuff in your life where you're like absolutely so excited about this and you're not gonna stop until you get it done. And this documentary is one of them.
I can feel it. Can you tell us, if you're allowed to, about what topic or theme it will be about?
Vaguely, it's very vague, sorry, but can't give any details right now, but it's an adventure documentary with inspiring stories along the way.
And is this drawn from your own experience?
Life.
Post-COVID. Good.
Yes.
Adios,
during
COVID.
and after.
Okay. I love that. I can't wait to hear.
One of my biggest ambitions, one of my biggest dreams is involved in this documentary.
And do you have a team of people that can help you, or is this a solo effort?
Not yet.
Okay.
I really want to. I'd love to have a team of people to work with, and hopefully, I mean, it will be a lot of self-shooting for a lot of the journey. But when we get to certain locations, hopefully I'll have a team of people, and I'd love to have somebody to work with on my sketches. My brother helps me quite a lot. He's my cameraman a lot, but
good old Dan.
Yeah, good old Dan. Dan Ward, ecologist, shout out.
Oh gosh, yes.
But yeah, because I it's just so much more energizing.
Working with a great team of people.
Yeah, work with creative people. They've got a different energy about them, and so like you're so enthusiastic and energetic. And I remember when you lived with me in London for just 2 weeks, but it was so good. It was so fun, and you were
in
like,
Primrose Hill.
Oh, yeah, do you want to go for a run? And I was like, yeah.
Well, it's so beautiful around there. Like I do miss just exploring and going on adventures. But you can't take away the fact, Sarah, that you are a self-starter, and I think that's a really important point, that you do just have to put it out there and not worry about it. Just let it go and let it be. Don't overthink it. Ha ha ha. Catch 22.
When a sketch goes out, I am nervous because you don't know what people are gonna say in the comments and things, and I don't know how teenagers do it. Have their own YouTube channels, because that's one thing I'm planning as well. Is another big project is a YouTube channel, so I can make more sketches and have a bit more freedom with it. But I don't know how these teenagers do it. It's terrifying.
I think it's the comments, isn't it? Because you're like not going to read them, but you do, and there's good and bad and in between. Like there's so much, you can't please everyone.
No,
so
I think it's just all on you, isn't it? To write it, to shoot it, to edit it, and
it's your own self-talk that you say to yourself and how you interpret it in that moment. But I really admire you, Sarah. Like I think you're one of a kind, and to just put yourself out there, and you're a very special lady, like you really are. And I'm a real big fan. Like I do really see big things happening for you.
I'll have one watcher one subscriber.
I'll comment.
Yeah.
I'll give you abuse. No, I'm joking.
You'll be my troll.
Depends what mood I'm in, I think.
Yeah.
So where can we find you? Is it your website if people want to get in contact and watch and read, you know?
wardygoeswest.com.
Yeah.
You can contact me on there. If there's any comedy writers or actors around Cardiff in particular
that want to collaborate,
get in touch.
And you've been collaborating with a group of women, haven't you, online during lockdown?
Not collaborating, but no, it's with WFTV, which is Women in Film and Television, and I got a membership for a year, and it was really worth it because they have networking events, and so because I don't have any friends in Cardiff that are in the industry, so it was just, I was like, I need to meet some people, so I went
new
online,
people.
And it's been really helpful because you come away reinvigorated, and you can be thinking about your own ideas so much, like about this documentary or YouTube, whatever it is, that you just get sick of it and you're like, is this any good? And then you tell people your ideas and they're like, oh my god, no, it's really good. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. You're like, oh, okay.
Like-minded people, isn't it?
Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me think as well, that comment, I remember Diane Lawrenson on that Fosse week.
Yeah.
Bob Fosse actually asked her, who is a genius in his own right in theatre jazz, he asked, is this any good?
Yeah.
To her. I remember her saying that to her. So I think no matter, if you're just starting out or if you're at the top of your game, no matter who you are.
How old you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what
Everybody
experience
has
you
those.
have. I think you know yourself if it's good.
Yeah, you can feel it.
You've got to trust your instincts.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck, and I can't wait to see and hear more from you, Sarah Ward.
Thank you. I can't wait to listen to your podcast.
You get to listen to yourself.
Oh yeah, I just can't wait to listen to me.
You'll be on it.
All your other guests and
no, it is scary but exciting. Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to ask?
No, like you're still dancing, but you've gone more into podcasting and
I think like yourself, I think dancing. I'm 31 now, and I want to be able to help other dancers. Yeah, I know. Under eye, I need an eye lift. No, I just want to help other performers and artists, and particularly the younger ones at this time, because obviously it's the land of the unknown, isn't it? And no matter what walk of life that you choose to go down, I think you're right. Trust your intuition and just go for it.
Yeah, and learn from mine and Kim's mistakes.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll get something from this and realize what not to do, but also hopefully some tips and tools and tricks to
stay silly and loose like Kim.
Progress. Yes, that's very important. Not like me. Like you. Stay silly.
Stay playful, because it is difficult as an adult. Like life is hard, but you got to stay playful. That's really
find
important.
the light.
Especially if in the creative industry, you got to
Yes.
Stay loose.
Yes. In more ways than one.
And get your phone addiction under control, people.
Yeah, stay away from the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Go
more
for a walk
than you realise.
Be with your chickens.
Yeah, just
if you haven't got a man.
Chickens, I recommend that to everybody.
Be with Gail Porter and, you know, be in nature with one.
Yeah.
So is there one last message you would like to say to everyone at home at the end of 2020? For everyone listening, Sarah, what would be your own little personal touch at this time?
Get over yourselves, everybody. Just do it.
Right, on that note.
Stop overthinking. Do what you want to do.
Yes.
Do what you want to do.
Agreed.
And you've got to be happy. Be happy. Just because your friends are all in totally different
worlds.
Jobs. Different worlds. Doesn't mean what you're doing is any less value. So
yeah, you are important.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody has a part to play. So
yes, they do. A very important role. Put yourself first. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thanks so much.
Sending lots of love.
That was fun. Lots of love to you.
Bye. Bye.